Hi, this is Roger Balzer. Welcome to our 2-Minute Tuesday for January 23rd of 2018. Our title for this week is Heightened State of Awareness. Today, when I look at the markets and see that U.S. stocks remain the strongest asset class of the six I follow, international stocks are close behind. Volatility remains at historic low levels, and the market continues to nudge higher week after week after week. It seems like the rising tide has lifted all the ships in the harbor. All the long-term indicators I follow are green, as well as the intermediate indicators. This is good. Today, I want to discuss an intermediate indicator that's been a favorite of mine since I started studying point and figure charting way back in 1999. What you're looking at here is a chart of the New York Stock Exchange Bullish Percent. The New York Stock Exchange Bullish Percent is an indicator that is a risk indicator. It does not signal when the market is going to go up or whether it's going to go down. It just tells me whether there's potential high or low risk in the market. When the indicator goes above 70%, that tells me we are entering a high risk market. This does not mean the market will go down or it is going to crash. The 70% levels there in the red mark across the top, and the bottom is the green, which is the 30% level. Yes, the market's been going up since 2009. We did see a correction in late 15 and early 16. The market did not fall off the balance beam at that time. It held and continued higher. All this indicator is telling us is the height of the balance beam is much higher off the ground than it was 3 years ago. We are no more or no less likely to fall off our walk across the balance beam. Way back in 2015 and 16, some of you called me and questioned what was happening. We stayed the course and we have been handsomely rewarded. For today, the equity markets have not lost their balance on the beam as the overall trend remains resoundingly bullish. What you're looking at here shows the returns on average once the New York Stock Exchange Bullish Percent goes above 70% and is still in a column of X's, which means that demand is in control. Once it goes above the 70% level, it usually stays in that level in X's for about 90 days. The most recent trip above 70% for the New York Stock Exchange Bullish Percent lasted just 29 days from July 3rd of 2014 to July 31st of 2014, the second shortest on record, while the longest period was 286 days. This was way back in June of 03 through March of 04. The point here is that although the New York Stock Exchange Bullish Percent has crossed into extended territory, it does not mean that a pullback or a correction is imminent. The fact of the matter is that another 3 months in X's above 70% would be considered normal and right in line with the averages that we've seen in the past. Furthermore, as you can see here, moving or waiting to the sidelines while the indicator is above 70% and in X's can carry an opportunity cost. Taking a look at data back to 1997, on average of all the major market exchange traded funds have added to the returns before reversing into a column of O's, which would mean defense or supply has taken over. Specifically, the S&P Small Cap Index, the SML, and the S&P Mid Cap 400 increased by 2.08% and 2.59% respectively. We take a look at these two indices because the New York Stock Exchange Bullish Percent is predominantly populated by small and mid-cap names. The S&P 500 rallies on average about 1.5, and the trend-following strategies have seen particularly strong average returns, while the New York Stock Exchange Bullish Percent is in X's above 70% level, coming in at about 3.59%. There have certainly been instances when such an environment has led to negative returns across these benchmarks, but a majority of the time it's resulted in net gains. So just because the New York Stock Exchange Bullish Percent is at the 70%, which is considered a high risk level, you don't need to swerve off the highway, but instead you need to have a Jason Bourne heightened state of awareness. The market can and has shown the ability to move higher while the bullish percent of the New York Stock Exchange is in X's and above 70%. So we get the signal to send the defensive team out onto the field. will continue to run plays with the greatest possibility to accumulate wealth for you. This has been Roger Balzer of Balzer Wealth Management. Please give me a call at 440-610-3012 or shoot me an email to roger@balzerwealth.com. If you'd like us to take a look at your 401k or have questions on anything dealing with the financial world, we'd love to have a conversation with you. And always remember, before you make any buy or sell decisions, please check with your investment advisor. Make it a great week.